Welcome to the Wealth Ninja podcast. Today we have a special guest, Sarah. Sarah, welcome to the interview.
Thank you.
And thanks for coming in. I know it's a busy day. What do you actually do?
I'm a policewoman. And
Policewoman?
I'm based in, yes, Manukau Police.
Okay. Have you arrested anyone today?
Not today, but depending on your questions, you might be my first.
Well, we know each other now. I don't know how many years now, but on and off, maybe it must be about at least 7 years, I'd say, since you bought your first investment 5 years ago of us.
Yes.
Yeah. How was your experience dealing with us?
It was, to be honest, I still feel like I'm a novice.
Right.
And I was a bit, I was in the dark, but you made me feel a lot more, like at ease, and I was explained the whole process of purchasing this investment property. So I actually needed probably a couple of seminars to attend, and then just going through it with one of the agents,
Right.
just so that I could understand it fully. But yeah, I was really, I'm so glad that I made that step.
And having a team, obviously there's not just me, but there's my whole team. When you can't get me, you can get hold of my team, and the team support is really important for you.
Oh, definitely. I can always get someone. Marla's my go-to first, usually.
Yeah.
And your brother Zahn. Yeah, he's been awesome. Yeah.
And where do you see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years in the investment world? Where you want to achieve?
Ooh. Well, I see myself with at least another 2 new properties.
Yeah.
I would, I've lived in some nice homes and had fancy things, and that was nice with my children. Fancy enough for me, and it made me happy in that. But I realised, because I love playing sport or going to the gym, that's really important to me,
right?
As well as my full-time job, that I don't really want to live in a house. I want to be living in probably an apartment. I don't need to worry about lawns, and I've done my dash with hosting my family with big events and
right.
Barbecues and stuff like that. So I like to just come home and relax, and so I'm sort of looking at maybe my future within the next 5 years of living in a really nice apartment. With a view.
Well, you've got an amazing apartment in Manukau, the Lakewood Plaza there that you bought, and you get to see that building every day when you go to work.
That's right. Some of the guys, because I've been in the job, the New Zealand Police, for 32 years.
32 years?
Yes. I told a couple of my workmates, and then I was starting to imagine that I'd have my walker going to work, crossing Great South Road. I just need to walk to work. It would be a 5-minute walk.
How much? That property you bought?
Maybe 2 minutes.
You bought 10% down. I don't know how much is it worth now.
Oh, I'm looking at, I think, 799,000 for twin dual apartments.
Okay, and how much do you pay for it? I can't remember now. It's been so long.
About $599. Yes.
Well, that beats one policeman's wage for the year.
Yes, I know, Don. You keep explaining the process and how I can achieve, making a lot more money every time I see you.
Yeah.
So yes, I definitely don't regret it. And when I've told a few of my workmates, they've been quite impressed and wanted to make inquiries. So at the end of the day, it's up to them if they want to take that risk or step. And for me, that's what I looked at it. To me, it was like a risk. But now, when I get more confident, is in the near future. I'm sure I'm going to be
I sell
lot more
quite a few more properties to other policemen. I remember one policeman gave me a ticket when I was speeding, and before he gave me the ticket, I gave him my business card. Well, I sold him 11 properties since.
Oh.
Yeah. But some other policemen that I deal with, not in Auckland but out of Auckland, and it's quite interesting. They said, we got no fears shooting a gun, no fear of arresting some criminals, but when it comes to signing a document or some number, we got fear in that area because it's an area it's unknown to us. And I guess being a policeman, you have no fear in that area to protect the community in your job. But when we ask you to buy property for 600,000, all of a sudden, hold on a minute, what can go wrong? So how do you translate that from having no fear to arrest a criminal to go and buy a property? And most people, but I find policemen are very nervous when it comes to that decision making.
Actually, I totally agree with you, because from my experience with my workmates, they've all been similar. Some, probably twice as more wealthy than myself.
Right.
And they're really, really quite apprehensive. And it's almost like I don't want to bother them. It's almost like I've insulted them by asking them to attend a seminar. It's like, I don't know, they just seem to be like that, really on guard, which is not a bad thing, but I think it's still good to just investigate like I did.
Yes.
I don't regret, and people have, when I go on Facebook and I might mention a little bit, they'll always warn me, I'll be careful with this and that, and of course I'm careful. I've been in the job for 32 years.
Yeah.
And I remember the first time I bought my just buying the second home. I don't know how I did it, because it seems like of course our economy is a lot harder now, but in the past I was able to, on my single salary, provide for 4 sons and a home in Howick.
Wow.
And that's when I made the decision to purchase a house in Manukau.
Yeah.
And that was a 2-level as well, 3-bedroom, quite a nice home. And the only reason why I ended up doing that is because I don't know why, but I just love this private road off Redoubt Road, and I'd drive up the road and look at the houses and think, I would love to live in there. And so what I did is just approached a broker and said, hey, do you think I could buy that house?
Well, I've been to your house in Howick. I've been to your house in Manukau and Redoubt Road, and you also have an investment in, is it Rockfield Road or somewhere in Orihanga?
Oh no, it's just the Lakewood. Yeah.
Okay.
So
the apartment.
Okay.
But for a single mum, 4 sons, policewoman's wage, to be able to have such beautiful home investments, that is actually, you just mentioned earlier, Sonia was in the studio, how she come across so confident in all that stuff. But look at you, you look after your 4 sons, you have properties. That to me is actually a superhero sort of achievement. That is what being a ninja is all about. It's about fighting against all odds and be able to provide and be able to have properties and still achieving. It's amazing.
Oh, thank you. I, to be honest, I never look at myself like that, but I always want to do better. And even today I made a decision with the assistance of Zan to earn a lot more than I was. So I'm really happy. Yeah, happy today. It's actually timely.
Okay.
And now I can actually see in the near future that things are going to get a lot better. Just when I thought I was struggling with selling a home, the flip side is I decided not to.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
You listen to Sonia. She wishes keep everything. Well, everything doubles now. She keeps it. So, the investment game is for long term as well as if you want the cash flow, then you buy and sell.
Yes.
But the long term whole property will always be buy and sell. We buy and sell properties because you need money for cash flow wise. You buy and sell, but you don't need to sell, then don't sell.
Yes, and I believe, of course, it's just the experience of learning the skills and techniques, just like policing.
Yeah.
The longer that you're able to invest and learn from other agents in your company. Yeah.
What would you say out there to the single mum out there that's listening to this podcast and they look at you as like, wow, she's amazing? Because you think you might not amazing, but a lot of people out there will really admire you. Say, wow, what an amazing woman. 4 sons, job, investment properties, beautiful home. What would you say to the woman out there or the audience out there listening to you and they can't get ahead or they want to get ahead? What would you say what the first step should be and why should they don't believe in themselves?
Well, of course, you just said it. Believe in yourself and look at your circumstances and seek advice. Look at other people who are doing really well. That's what I did. And I had some friends, a girlfriend of mine who's now passed, but she even told me about a property in Beach Haven that I purchased. This is before I met you, Don, but I think just her starting the ball rolling for me. I actually purchased the house in Beach Haven, and then as a result I was able to purchase the house in Howick. So I sold that house. But, now looking back, I think, what if I kept that house in Beach Haven?
We always think that, yeah.
But anyway, I'm really glad I took that first step with purchasing Manukau, because it works well for us. It's probably more the most convenient area for us, for my family, because we're close to everything. And I'm actually now feeling like Manukau Police is my home. Wow. Because it's close to, I enjoyed apartment living. I've lived in Manukau City, and the only reason I was able to do that is to rent that apartment was because I had 2 homes that I was renting out, and I was able to help out.
Isn't it amazing? You're sitting there, you have 2 homes you're renting out. I mean, it sounds like you just said you've got 2 homes to rent out. Other people else, they said, I want to try buy my first home, I'm trying to buy my second one, and I'm so nervous to buy one. You just said like that, I got 2 homes I'm renting out, I got an apartment, and I just keep on reminding you, got 4 sons, single income. What an achievement.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. How has it been for you since that? Every time we catch up, and whenever we catch up, I push you to achieve, I give you some advice. How's that advice been for you for just having a casual chat with us?
Really good, because I find every time I meet you that I'm expecting something when I see you. I want to learn a little bit more. I know personally I'm not I don't seem to, some people can sort of take the information in quite quickly, and they just move quickly. But for me, it takes me a while. So maybe 2 or 3 times in, it's like, I think the last time we spoke, something clicked, and I thought, oh wow, that's how you do it. You've been telling me for how many years, and now I've actually clicked. So now I'm sort of, it's got me thinking more. Like when I'm on my own, I think, okay, how can I make more money for myself? Yeah. Shall I invest in my hometown, Gisborne, or shall I not? How can I help my mother? It's not just about making money, it's trying to help my family as well. How can I help my, will I have enough for my kids if I pass? Or because my mum has to pay so much money because she did well, she paid her house off. And she's got an amount of money now, and because she's got an amount of money, she's in a retirement home, and she can't use super to pay for her fees. So because she's got that asset, her house, she has to pay about $2,000 a week. So I need to help her by taking the house off her by purchasing it, and I'm just trying to make things, I'm thinking, okay, how can I help her but at the same time make money to help myself, but also my extended family, because there's always if you were born and bred in a place and your family are buried there, you want to make sure that you're not going to just not be there. You want to keep going back and have a place to stay. So there's always other things to think of. It's not just about making money and living comfortably.
Wealth Ninja does. We provide for a generation, and once we provide the knowledge, the skill, from there you just use it and you teach it, and it just continues for generations to come.
Yes.
What do you think of our Wealth Ninja broadcast so far, that you've seen some of our Facebook slips and things like that? What do you think, what you see so far?
Oh, great, yeah. I want to watch a lot more. I go to the gym often, so, so I'm sorry if I'm, I will make a point of watching a lot more, but just watching the last one, I was just inspired by the woman that you previously spoke with. So, I hope to be someone like herself in a few years' time.
Well, we have our big event coming up in November, and that's on a Sunday. So if you can make it, that would be great. There'll be 6 hour full information and things like that. But you'll be surprised when I walk that audience and pull you up on stage.
No. I don't mind doing press-ups, but don't let me talk about money. And that's another thing. I know, like my family know, my friends know, I'm really not that great at money. I'll be honest with you. I probably haven't even saved $5.
Well, I usually just spend. Look how much property you got, so that overrides everything.
So what I'm saying is, any of us can do it. If I'm not a saver, you know, I'm really happy with what I've learned though. But I know that I want to get a lot smarter, be a lot smarter with purchasing, buying and selling.
Well, that's why we are here for you. So, look, you've been a great supporter of us and believing in us. And firstly, we want to thank you for the opportunity to come in here today. But more importantly, we thank you for your continue and believing what we do, and you know, chop in every now and then, have a chat, and yeah. So thanks for coming today, and we're looking forward to spend more time with you in the near future.
No worries, Don. I actually feel like your team are like my family. And I loved the going to Queenstown. That was awesome.
Yes.
Thank you for that trip. You know,
You're
free
welcome.
Trip there and back.
We'll be going to Gold Coast soon, so we'll take you for another free trip.
Please put me in your suitcase.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.